There are places in the world that are so beautiful. And then there are the Soviet-era neighborhoods. Who came up with this design and why was it put to use? Were all architects in prison camps? Horrible. Let's find an answer. In the 1950s, the Soviet Union faced a severe housing crisis. For example, there were twice as many people living in Moscow than the housing space would normally allow. This problem needed a solution and time was ticking fast. Because if you had to share your 2-room apartment with 3 other families, maybe communism was not the way to go. So the Soviet government issued a plan that would see the creation of massive new neighborhoods across pretty much all of their cities. First, they needed a design that could house as many people as possible and, more importantly, be as cheap as possible. Many designs were made and hammering out the details took some time. For example, there was a serious plan to make the bath and the toilet into one thing, so you would have to take a in the bath. Now there is a limit to cost cutting, and I think we found it. But other ways of cost cutting that made it to the final design were walls that would be down to 4 centimeters or 1.6 inches thick, so hearing your neighbors whispering was a real thing. Also a feature, kitchens that could fit only one person at a time, or in better PR terms, kitchens for one! In an apartment which had 3 rooms. The complete lack of elevators was also a feature, while in houses that were up to 5 stories tall. So keeping yourself fit would not be hard. Except when you grow old. Good luck getting up there. And not to mention the reason I made this video in the first place. They look like shit. They look like shit. I mean, look at this. No, come on. My first house in Minecraft looked much better than this. My favorite part is if you look at the brick version of the typical Khrushchyovka design, there is a complete lack of anything remotely related to beauty except these little bricks that are completely the same in every way but their orientation. Genius. Wow. Genius. Wow. Now that's genius. So, who is to blame for this monstrosity? 2 men, Nikita Khrushchev and Vitaly Lagodenko. Nikita was the leader of the Soviet Union at the time when these buildings were starting to be rolled out. And it was his desire to make these so-called works of art. And Vitaly was the guy under these horrible designs were made. But to give him some props, the houses were made from concrete panels, which were made in factories and assembled on site, which was really innovative for the time, and also the main way of cutting costs. But still, the design, Vitaly, you forgot the design! And talking of more cost cutting, a great many of these buildings which earned the nickname Khrushchyovkas were designed to last not even for 60 years, or 40 years, or 30 years. But 20 to 25 years. Some tents are made to last longer. The plan was to replace them in the 80s when the Soviets predicted that true communism would be achieved. That of course never happened, and shortly after the 80s, when the Soviet Union collapsed, capitalism came instead. But before that could happen, entire new parts of cities were constructed with these buildings, so pretty much every Soviet city looked the same.